NBA fans, welcome back. It's been a long day. I just got home, but of course, Cam Reddish gets traded. He's on the move. The first domino of the NBA trade deadline season falls not to Philadelphia. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what this means for Philadelphia, what my personal opinion on the trade is, winners and losers. Let's talk winners and losers too. Why not? Let's get into the whole shebang. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, do all that. Let's get to 2K subs. That's the goal. Nothing less. Nothing less. Guys, for all the little kids out there, dream big, and hopefully along the way, people will help you out. This is the part of helping me out. Let's get into it. Cam Reddish and Solomon Hill get traded from the Atlanta Hawks to the New York Knicks in exchange for Kevin Knox and a protected first-round pick that will most likely convey into a second-rounder. The first thing I thought of was, okay, Cam Reddish is now playing with R.J. Barrett. Zion wanted to go play for the Knicks basically this whole time. He clearly doesn't want to play in New Orleans. Zion Williamson to the Knicks? Is this like a legitimate thing right now? Dude, it's get the train going, right? Get the train going right now. Right now. So losers, clearly the New Orleans Pelicans, because that has got to be like the worst team franchise in the NBA right now. Them and the Magic, but at least the Magic have some like upside. The best player on the New Orleans Pelicans does not want to be there, and I'm sure he wants to go play with his college teammates in the city where he's been wanting to play this whole time. So that's the first thing I thought of. Second thing I thought of was like, look, I understand it's probably very difficult to trade a guy for value when everybody in the league knows he's on the trading block. That's kind of basically where the Sixers are at with Ben Simmons, right? It's hard to get something in return when every team knows that you have no leverage. And that's kind of where the Atlanta Hawks were standing with Cam Reddish. But to only get a protected first-round pick and Kevin Knox is mind-boggling. Now, I'm reading a little bit on the deal of why they would do it from Bleacher Report. Granted, Bleacher Report is not a viable source, I meant to say, at all, because they're a bunch of clueless writers. No offense if you write for Bleacher Report. I love you. More power to you. But they kind of said the Hawks were winners in this deal because, they got rid of Solomon Hill's contract, and though it's only a $2.4 million little subtraction there from their salary cap, it's going to give them, a little bit more wiggle room when it comes to re-signing DeAndre Hunter to an extension this offseason. But my thing is, dude, you absolutely could have done more. You absolutely could have done more for Cam Reddish, who's a 22-year-old kid who has shown so many goddamn flashes of stardom at some point of his career. I am excited for Cam Reddish to finally get a bigger opportunity, and you gotta imagine Kevin Knox is getting waived at some point, right? If Cam Reddish has a hard time getting minutes in the ATL, you think Atlanta's gonna play Kevin Knox? Probably not. That dude's probably getting cut. Dude, he may be out of the league from now on. Like, this may have been the move that just put him out of the NBA, which is wild. The kid's like 14 years old still. He was a top, 10 pick a couple years ago, and now he's just basically irrelevant. Though he has been since he's first stepped on an NBA court. But I think this is crazy. And from a Sixers standpoint, my thing is, like, you couldn't have traded, like, a future first-round pick for Cam Reddish. I would have taken Cam Reddish in a goddamn heartbeat. He was like my favorite dude out of a Hawks deal. So you would imagine Ben Simmons to the Hawks is probably not going to be happening at all now, because what else does Atlanta have to really offer, It's weird. It's a weird thing from Morey's standpoint. And I get it. It's always so easy to knock your GM when another team goes out and gets a guy that we've been rumored with. I hear it, I understand it. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that he has something else up his sleeve. But in the off chance that he does have nothing, he has nothing, I would have really loved to go for Cam Reddish. He is such a great piece, I thought, for the Sixers fit. Such a guy that you could bring off the bench, even start over Danny Green, and just go out and tell him to go get a bucket, And I'm frustrated, and I'm a little disappointed in Philadelphia for not pushing, because I think we could have done a lot more than that, which kind of sucks, because I really like Cam Reddish. I really like Cam for what he can become. For his sake, I hope he becomes something in the Big Apple. I like Cam Reddish a lot. I hope he's a good player for the Knicks. I think the Knicks kind of solidified their spot as a playoff team this year now. It's a really high upside, low risk reward that they can also get out of this too. I'm a little bamboozled by the whole deal for Atlanta's side. I mean, I guess they're looking at it as a salary cap saver, which it is, but Cam Reddish isn't due a big contract until next offseason. So I still don't really, I don't know. I don't know if their team construction has been the best. They went out and got a lot of depth, and it worked last year in the playoffs. But, I mean, you just traded a pretty legit guy for nothing in the grand scheme of things. You traded a high draft pick for nothing. And I don't know how much better DeAndre Hunter is than him. So that's my take on it. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably not wrong. But I like the video. Peace out, I guess. I don't know. That's it.